Hi. If you're a subscriber, you probably noticed that I have been gone from YouTube for the past 2 weeks. I also was gone from Instagram for almost 2 weeks. As you can tell from the title of this video, this is sort of like a brain dump, my thoughts on a lot of things: social media, money, hustle culture, influencer hustle culture, which is a whole world in its own, and the thought of being the best version of yourself. I was going to completely avoid this video, but I feel like this is something that I don't see many people speaking up about, bringing up to the table, making a conversation about this with others. So that's why I'm here. I did not plan on coming back with this video, but something inside of me kind of felt like I needed to make this video before going back to regular content. It's something that I'm going through, and I felt like maybe there's someone out there that can relate to this. I actually journaled about it this morning, which is why I have my notes here. I mentioned that I was going to take a break because I just needed to distance myself from social media, from numbers, from comparison, which is something that happens when this is your full-time job. I love doing this more than anything in this world, but it was definitely getting to a point where I was putting my entire self-worth into it. If I did good, gaining views and subscribers, my engagement rate, that kind of thing, if that went well, then I felt well. If that went bad, then I felt bad. And I realized that's bullshit. I realized I was in a toxic relationship with the best version of myself. At the beginning of 2021, I quickly started becoming the person that I always wanted to be. I let myself get sucked into this hustle culture, make more money, push more content, don't take breaks. I was doing the most I've ever done, and I just went by the excuse of, you know, this is the best version of myself. If I was to take a break or be lazy for a day, I'll be like, what does the best version of yourself look like? Would the best version of yourself say, oh, let me just be lazy today? No, of course not, because that best version would obviously be hustling nonstop, making money, creating a bunch of content, just being on top of things. If you follow me closely, watch my stories, I have recently been diving a little bit more into this whole like spirituality side of me, just connecting with the universe and meditating, and I feel like there's a fine line in that world. I just got sucked into that. I thought that if I didn't give my 110% into every single aspect of my life, then things were not going to manifest for me, things were not going to happen, and I got burned out. I spread myself too thin. I was starting to make more money than I ever did doing social media full time, so I definitely got sucked into this whole buying luxury items, going traveling, spending money, going to fancy restaurants. And then came May. So May was a really slow month for me, and that hit me hard. I was way more anxious and depressed than ever. I had so many bad mental health days. Like, if you watch my stories, you saw I would literally post and be like, guys, I'm not feeling well today, gonna take the day off. And that kept happening week after week after week. And that's when I realized I was doing things wrong. And not that I wasn't enjoying making videos or post on Instagram or anything, like I still do, but I definitely looked at it as revenue. And that's when I realized that when you do things for money and not from a place of love, that shit's never gonna be a sustainable way to build a career. And that is exactly what I was doing. I was letting my career dictate my mental state, and then I had to ask myself, like, okay, if money was no object, what would I like to do? And my answer, happy to report, is this. I would still love to come in here, talk to you, make vlogs, film videos, like only without that hustle culture pressure part. To be completely honest, I cannot stand that whole influencer hustle world. Like, I was just getting consumed by it. If I was to go on Instagram and click on reels, every single reels that was suggested to me were reels about how to make your reels go viral, or how to grow your Instagram, or how to beat the algorithm. And what I'm telling myself is it's okay to not give a shit about those things, because that is toxic hustle culture. I want to be here because I love creating content. I love connecting with you guys. Amo conocer a mis latinas como yo. I love that I get to hang with you guys when I do vlogs, and this job truly fulfills me. It's just that hustle culture and social media can be very, very toxic. When I took my break, I watched this girl on YouTube, and she had 2 amazing videos just talking about, is everybody rich much on social media, or are they just faking it? Which I think after watching that, I was like, I'm glad I'm not the only one feeling that way. And she had another one talking about the hustle culture, again, how toxic it is and her thoughts on it. So I'm gonna leave those videos below because I feel like if you are enjoying watching this video, you're definitely gonna enjoy watching hers. The thing I realized about my relationship with my personal hustle culture is that there is never enough. There is never a point where you're like, I made it. Because the truth is that in this world, there's always going to be someone that makes more money than you. There's always going to be someone that makes less money than you. It's just always going to happen that way. And again, if you don't do things from a place of love, if you don't do them because you're passionate enough, if you start doing things because you're looking at the monetary compensation, that little bubble that you're living in is eventually going to burst and shake your entire world, which is basically what happened to me the past month, and I'm kind of glad it did. When things go wrong, I'm actually excited to figure out what lesson I'm gonna learn from it, and not like I can say that now because I'm on the other side, but I was going through it last month. It was definitely very miserable, but now that I'm on the other side and I'm slowly coming out of it, I am actually grateful that I went through that. If I hadn't gone through those dark times, I would have not realized all the things that I know now. Talking about comparison and social media, oh my, will it ever stop? I don't think so. I just think it's something that is always going to be there. There is something that I realized about myself, and that might be what's happening to you too. I realize that obviously when we see all these girls and dudes and guys and everyone on social media, I realize that what I crave from them, what I compare myself to, is not necessarily their money, but the fact that they're just enjoying and living life with such liberty that yes, sometimes that liberty can come from financial freedom, financial stability, but what I really was like comparing my moments to is just seeing people live life to their fullest. And guess what? You don't need a lot of money to do that. Like, yes, we see financially stable people on social media be happy and carefree, but I bet that if we were to see someone as equally happy and fulfilled with their life with a third of their money, I bet we would still admire and compare ourselves to them. Or at least that's my case. I don't know why. I just decided to throw you guys in this. That's something I just realized about myself. And you're like, okay, yes, I relate to that. You just made me realize something I wasn't seeing. And that's what I realized. It can start with me. This morning, I get emails from brands and collaborations reaching out. Most of the times they don't want to pay me, and this morning it just hit me and I realized, dude, there are so many people in the world that are going to tell you that you are not worth it. You're not worth being paid. You're not worth getting a raise. You're not worth this. Why the fuck would you still be mean to yourself? If you're not going to be kind to yourself, who else is going to? Let those people be teachers. Let them teach you about self-love, about loving yourself unconditionally, because there's enough people in the world who won't. Like, that's just life. Not that you should take it personal. They're just like probably in their own little world. I just want to scream, like, why would you not be your biggest fan? Why would you not think that you watching, you are the shit, like the best person in this world, the most freaking amazing and perfect human being? There's nothing wrong with that. And if anybody has an issue with that, that just probably means they need to deal with that themselves. If you're kind to others, if you respect others, if you treat others nicely, why would that even be a problem? What I'm saying is that I just want to see more people that are passionate about what they do on here without looking at the monetary compensation. I think we all are starting to agree more and more that hustle culture is toxic, but what I didn't realize until now is that there's so many things out there, call it empowerment, best version of yourself. They are just nicer labels to ultimately hustle culture. Being the best version of yourself all day, every day, is toxic. Being the most perfect human being that meditates, works out, eats healthy, drinks their water, excels at their work, that is a little bit toxic too. There's no way you can do all those things. So what I'm doing is I am giving myself grace. I am starting today, stop setting all these expectations for myself, because yes, of course, there's always going to be a million other things that you should be doing. There's always going to be something that the best version of yourself should be doing, but damn, like, take a break, do nothing, lay horizontal, watch TV, read a book, enjoy a snack. You don't have to overwork yourself, because there's never a finish line. I think it begins with yourself. It took me being out of my comfort zone. My comfort zone was making money, landing collaborations. I don't know what your comfort zone may look like. Maybe it's a 9 to 5. Maybe it's a job that you don't like, but you still make some money. It took me getting out of my comfort zone to realize I don't need all those material things. I don't need that stable income. I don't need a certain amount of followers to find happiness. I've literally made a video unboxing in my designer bag, like, I don't need that damn YSL bag to be happy. It takes stepping out of your financially comfort zone to realize that a life worth living is separate from your bank account. Finding the love of your life, marrying that person, loving your dog, watching a sunset, deep conversations, and many of these things are truly what life is about. Money is not gonna buy any of that. I would typically say it sucks that I'm realizing that until now, but no, I am actually glad I'm one of the people that realize that. I bet you people go on with their lives like that didn't ever cross their minds. So that's that. That was the most random video I've probably put out in my channel. So if you watched it, thank you so much. I feel like I just needed to explain again a little bit what's going on through my mind before I go back to regular content. That doesn't mean I'm gonna be less on here. Like, I'm here, guys. I'm here to stay. Just felt like I had to get that out of my chest, speak a little bit about what has been going on through my mind and why I took the long break that I did. So if you watch all the way to here, thank you so much. And if this is your first time watching me, not sure if this would have been the ideal first video for you to be introduced to my content, but hi, I'm Anna. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't worry, we'll go back to a regular schedule after this video. Thanks so much for everything. Thank you for hanging in there, for letting me take a break. I missed you the entire time, so yay, glad I'm back. Bye guys.